Pagka huminto naman doon sa joint assessment group, pag napahinto naman doon, ibig sabihin may dahilan. Merong hindi na-resolve. And sasabihin niya sa proponent, and the proponent would have to address that. If the proponent does not address that, yun ang issue. Ba't lang titigil ang clock? But to say that it will go simply because nagkaroon ng abilya yun doon sa assessment team, I think is unfair. And so also would compromise naman yung kailangang ma-address ng mga issues na hinihingi ng assessment group sa proponent. So it's not going to go automatically, definitely not with respect to this JDC. So pag may rason yon, kasi sinusunod namin pilit yung ARTA, pero kapag hindi nasunod yung timeline because of a valid reason, maski ang ARTA pumapayag na i-delay mo yan kasi may problema pala. So hindi natin pwedeng gawin yon. I think that's one problem. And isang question na kita ko sa chat box, bakit walang representative ng BPI? Humingi po kami ng representatives, humingi ang NCBP ng representative from DA, and the secretary designated these people to represent the interests of DA. Not necessarily BPI, but the interests of the Department of Agriculture. So meron silang special order coming from the secretary. Yun po yung mga try ko na iwan ng mga issues na hindi na-mention kanina. Yung paggawa siguro ng BPI ng another office to manage this activity, biotechnology or what have you, okay lang yan sa kanila, but yun nga, they will have to address yung issue ng paano ang kanilang administrative makeup and administrative funding.
I see Dr. Romero raising his hand. Dr. Gabby? Or you just forgot to...
Yes. Well, just to clarify, I thank Dr. Carino for her response to my concern. Pero the assumption in my question was everything was done by the technology developers. So the assumption is they are prompt with their responses to any concerns. Kompleto ang kanilang mga applications, but kumbaga the application is held up somewhere in the government side, no, and without hearing anything, because we had that experience before, no. Mayroong mga agencies na walang feedback whatsoever. Technology developers have been following up, no, pero walang no word, no nothing. Kaya hopefully that will not happen again. Siguro yung construction ng JAG may remedy that problem. Pero yun na nga, the assumption is okay sa side ng applicant, pero may mga delay somewhere. Sana ano yung remedy? Kung ang delay is sa government side, anong dapat gawin kung kung expired na yung kanilang review period? Talaga bang maghihintay na lang? So talagang nasa mercy ba ng agency concerned or committee concerned yung progress, or they are bound to follow certain timelines? Yun ang question. Thank you.
Ma'am Bubot is raising her hand. So can we unmute Ma'am Bubot?
Yes. Actually, kaya nga gumawa tayo ng ARTA and to facilitate nga yung review. That's why we had the JAG. So kung absent yung representative ng halimbawa ng isang agency for a reason na hindi na ma-explain at wala namang valid reason, ina-assume doon na kung ano ma-decide ng whoever is present in the JAG will have to be carried. So hindi gaya noon na independent review. In the first place, just getting a common time for people, a group to do an assessment is almost impossible, especially for added-on assignment. Yun ang hindi nakita ng unang JDC, na you're imposing on another agency to meet on a particular time frame. Nahihirapan talaga sila kasi una ko lang sila ng training. So this way, there's a common assessment. And then kung anong issue ang i-address, pipiliting ma-address by the second meeting unless may kulang pang information na importante for making the recommendation. All the others, ang JAG members and the representative committees will be responsible sa kanilang ARTA. Sineparate natin yung assessment doon sa approval. So, itong assessment time, itong assessment timeline, ito assessment ng public participation timeline, ito ang timeline ng decision making ng BPI. So separate yon. So bawat isa yung iaarta mo. Pag tapos na yung JAG, wala na siyang problema. Hindi na niya kailangan i-worry kung kailan ma-approve yung inyong application. And then siguro naman, I don't like the term at the mercy of. I think it should be, hindi rin naman kayo nagreklamo, hindi ba? Wala namang umangal na hindi lumalabas ang approval. So maybe that's why the feeling of non-urgency prevailed. So ngayon, pinipilit ngayon ng JAG na magkaroon ng, matapos ang iyong assessment, alam mo naman ang parameters, kung may kulang, hingin mo agad, so makaka-decide. And then that recommendation is going to leave the JAG and will go now to the BPI director. Yung other steps nun, independent yon, kani-kanyang arta yon. So hindi magiging problema ng other agencies to comply with the timeline that has been imposed on the DA only. So ganun ang ginawa namin kasi it's so hard to get the cooperation of the other agencies and tie them to a particular timeline dahil meron din silang additional assignments. Remember, these are bodies that already exist. They have these personnel already are existing and they're being assigned. So, kailangan talaga nating makuha din ang cooperation nila. Otherwise, talaga matutulog ang papel ninyo. Kasi at their convenience when they're going to have time to actually address the issues. So, yun lang yun. Kaya nga gumawa kami ng separate timeline. We separated the assessment process from the decision-making process. So, may kani-kanyang timeline yun. So, with respect to the assessment, defined ang timeline.
Thank you, Ma'am Bubut. So, since there are no more questions or comments in the chat box except for one from Attorney Benavides, she said, at the end of the day, it is the director of BPI who will issue the clearance and will also respond if there are issues or concerns, including cases filed. And then one comment from Ma'am Charo, by the way, I do remember that the Supreme Court decision, I think the Supreme Court wanted DA to establish the approval process and not BPI. That should be recognized. Okay po, Ma'am Charo, noted po. So since there are no more questions or comments from the attendees, I think we can now close the session. So on behalf of the NCBP, we would like to thank everyone for your participation. And we would wait, or if you still have further clarifications or comments, then the Secretariat would wait for your written positions or comments, questions at this link po. You can send your positions, comments, suggestions at the to the email of the Secretariat NCBP and also in this link that Raymond has provided. Thank you po. Maraming salamat po. Have a safe.
Before we before we leave the room po, can I ask to open everyone's camera for a photo opportunity po?
Photo.
Okay. We have 4 pages. So, all right. So first page. Smile. Okay, for the second page. Second page, 1, 2, 3, smile. All right. Now for the third page, 1, 2, 3, smile. And lastly, the fourth page, 1, 2, 3, smile. Thank you very much.
Okay, good day everyone. Stay safe and see you on the third consultation. Meron pa po kami